Welcome back for another video. In today's video, I'll be running through a Gameweek 28 free hit draft and some talking points to consider. It is another good opportunity to free hit due to many teams having a double game week, some with players that you may not want to own long term. However, if you're not planning on free hitting, there's some quality picks here that you may not have considered. For this draft, we've made the assumption that either Chelsea or Norwich progress in the FA Cup, which would result in a double Gameweek 28 for them both. There's around an 85% chance of this happening. Chelsea face Luton and Norwich face Liverpool, so if they both happen to be knocked out, then there's some really strong alternative picks that we will discuss at the end too. If you'd like to support me by becoming a patron or YouTube member, the perks are the same, which includes early access to videos and a private channel on the Discord where I'll give team feedback. Links are in the description to both. So we'll start off in goal, and it's Sarr, who has a double game week at home to Crystal Palace and Watford. They've kept 9 clean sheets this season, which ranks 5th best, and they haven't conceded more than 2 goals in any game. Their 21 goals conceded can only be beaten by Man City, Chelsea and Liverpool. Sarr is joint top among all keepers on 115 points too. The other goalkeeper who's a standout pick for this game week is Mendy, which we'll discuss more now. In defence, we've instead doubled up with Rudiger and Reece James. Rudiger is completely nailed in the Chelsea defence, and he looks like a great long-term pick if you're not free hitting. James is at last back from injury too, and it's easy to forget that he was the best value asset in the game earlier in the season. By Game Week 12, he'd already had 8 goal contributions from 4 goals and 4 assists. Azpilicueta started in right wing back in the League Cup final, but he was withdrawn with what looked like an injury or perhaps lack of match fitness. James has double-digit points in 4 game weeks, including the 21-pointer against Newcastle, so he's worth a punt in my opinion. Size also comes into the defence for the double-up on the defensive double-ups. With the fixtures in mind, it's worth the risk as it carries huge points potential. Chelsea and Wolves are top for aggregated clean sheet odds across their double. Alexander-Arnold has a single game week, but he's one of those players that has enough quality to be included, and it's a good fixture at home to West Ham too. Salah's in the same boat, and he's another obvious inclusion despite the single game. Ward-Prowse is quietly having a decent season. Over his last 10 games, he has 8 goal contributions from 4 goals and 4 assists, and the Saints are in excellent run of form with 3 wins and 2 draws in their last 5 games played. He's a bonus points machine. If he gets a return, he almost certainly gets your bonus, and among all the mids, only Bowen, Gallagher, De Bruyne and Salah has more bonus. Mount also makes the draft, who in the reverse fixture against Norwich back in Game Week 9, he scored a hat-trick and got an assist for a 24-pointer. It looks almost certain that Smith won't be able to save Norwich from going down. They sit rock bottom on 17 points with 3 losses in a row. Mount has 7 goals and 7 assists from 1400 minutes, which is half as much football as his previous 2 seasons, but he's already having his best season for goal contributions. Captaincy is a very interesting one this game week. There's no premiums doubling unless you include Lukaku, but he's a huge gamble as he was benched for the League Cup final. Therefore, you could make the case for Coutinho, Mount, or even a defender or perhaps Salah. I've given the armband to Coutinho, who faces Southampton at home and then Leeds away. Southampton have been solid at home, losing only once, but on the road their 22.3 XG conceded ranks 3rd worst in the league. Only Leeds and Norwich rank worse. Coutinho's other fixture is Leeds, who are a team to target at the moment. They've lost 5 of their last 6, the other was a 3-3 draw against Aston Villa. Leeds also sadly announced the departure of Bielsa, so it's unclear how they'll react, and as it stands we should definitely continue to target them. Drop a comment below of your thoughts on captaincy. Up top it's KANE and Adams. Kane's another player with a very high ceiling, and you could therefore include him in the 11. However, the bench is stacked, so if you're more confident in the double game weekers, it's fine to start one of them over Kane. Adams has 3 goals and an assist in his last 4 games, so he's doing well recently, and their double game weekers against Aston Villa and Newcastle, which isn't bad either. Brogier's not a bad pick either, but Adams is in better form. Instead, Brogier only makes the bench. On the bench it's Foster, Rafinha, Kilman and Brogier. It's a very affordable free hit draft, so it's easy enough to stack the bench, which does mean there'll inevitably be lots of points left on the bench. On the unlikely chance that Luton knock Chelsea out of the FA Cup, then Chelsea will no longer have a double game week 28, unless Norwich knock Liverpool out. In which case there's some great picks that didn't make the cut, such as Digne, Willock, Watkins and Martinez. I've got 1 free hit left, and I'm able to field a good team after wildcarding a couple of game weeks ago, so I'm saving the free hit for a later game week. However, I wanted to make a draft after a lot of requests, and if I were using mine, this would be the team I line up with. Let me know what you think of the draft and if there's any other players worth considering. For now, that concludes today's video. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. There's another 3 videos planned before the Game Week 28 deadline. See you soon for the next one.